Hey hackers, I'm Kailash Parshad from HackProKP, and in this video we'll talk about FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol, in our Cracking OSCP, your roadmap to ethical hacking success series. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing if you want to learn ethical hacking and penetration testing for free. The notes for today's video will be available in the video's description. So without any further ado, let us start learning. FTP, File Transfer Protocol, is a standard network protocol used to transfer files from one host to another over a TCP-based network, such as the Internet. It is a client-server protocol, meaning there is a client, the user or software initiating the transfer, and a server, the remote system where files are stored. Now we will see a small illustration for the FTP protocol. Here we can see that the FTP client and FTP server are communicating, but here the communication are happening in two channels, that is data channel and command channel. We are going to learn more about these channels later in this video. We can see the default port number for the FTP protocol. We can see that port 20 is used for data channel and port 21 is used for command channel. Now let us talk about the client server architecture in the FTP protocol. The two main components in the client-server architecture is client and a server. The client is a user's device or software that initiates the file transfer. It could be an FTP client program or a web browser with FTP compatibilities. The server is a remote system that stores the files and allows users or clients to connect to it and do file transfer. The server will run FTP server software. Now we will talk about the different modes available in the FTP protocol. Active mode. The client opens a random port for data transfer and the server connects to this port. This mode can be problematic when the client is behind a firewall or NAT, that is Network Address Translation. Passive mode. The server takes the initiative to open a data channel for transferring files. This mode is more firewall friendly as the client connects to the server for data transfer, avoiding issues with firewall blocking incoming connections. Now we are going to talk about these modes in detail. Starting with active mode. As we have talked before, in active mode the client initiates a connection to the server for both the command channel used for sending commands and the data channel used for transferring files. The client sends a port command to the server indicating an IP address and the port number to which the server should connect to for data transfer. The server then initiates a connection to the specified IP address and the port number on the client for data transfer. I guess now you have understood why this mode is not firewall friendly. Passive mode. In passive mode, the server takes the initiative to open a data channel for transferring files. The client sends a PASV command to the server and the server responds with an IP address and the port number to which the client should connect for data transfer. The client then initiates a connection to a specified IP address and the port number on the server for data transfer. The PASV command indicates passive mode. Now we have understood the difference between active mode and passive mode in FTP protocol. Now we are going to see what are the FTP commands. Starting with the user command. This command is used to specify the username to log in. Pass command specifies the password for the given username. PWD command. This is used to print the current working directory. CWD command. This command is used to change the current working directory. List or NLST command. This command is used to list the files in the current working directory. RETR command. This file is used to retrieve a file from the server. STOR. This command is used to store a file on the server. Quit command. Used for ending a FTP session. Now we'll talk about different functionalities provided by the FTP protocol. Starting with authentication. Users typically need to provide a valid username and password to log into a FTP server. Anonymous FTP allows a user to log in with a default username, usually anonymous or FTP, generally without a password, commonly used in public file repositories. If a password is required, then it is similar to the username only. Example, anonymous as the password for anonymous user. Now we are going to talk about data transmissions. ASCII and binary modes. FTP can operate in ASCII or binary modes. ASCII mode is used for text files while binary mode is used for non-text files to ensure proper data integrity. Now we are going to talk about security concerns in FTP protocol. FTP transmits data in plain text. This means both the commands and the actual file data being transferred are not encrypted, making it susceptible to eavesdropping, which is a type of man-in-the-middle attack. Eavesdropping in simpler terms means that somebody is sitting between you and the server. This means that it is able to see all the communication happening between you and the server. Just like in the HTTP protocol, we have some version of the FTP protocol that are encrypted. Starting with FTPS protocol, that is File Transfer Protocol Secure. FTPS adds a layer of security by using SSL or TLS encryption for control and data connections. It can operate in implicit or explicit mode. An alternative for FTPS protocol is SFTP, that is Secure Shell File Transfer Protocol. SFTP uses SSH for a secure connection. It provides a secure file transfer as well as additional features like remote file management and execution of remote commands. Now we will talk about FTPS protocol and SFTP protocol in detail. FTPS protocol implicit mode, port 990. In implicit mode, the secure connection is assumed right from the beginning. The FTPS protocol on the server side is configured to listen for connections on the port 990 for implicit SSL and TLS connections. When a client connects to this port, it is expected to start the secure communication immediately. Implicit mode is less common than explicit mode, but it is more straightforward for secure communication. Example of FTPS URL for implicit mode can be seen on the screen. Now we'll talk about explicit mode in FTPS protocol. In explicit mode, the FTPS server initially operates as a standard FTP server on the well-known port 21. The client connects to the server on this port without any encryption. After the initial connection is established, the client issues a command, usually auth TLS or auth SSL, to initiate secure connection. The server then responds and the rest of the communication occurs over the encrypted channel. Example of FTPS URL for explicit mode is shown on the screen. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about SFTP protocol. SFTP is a completely different protocol from FTP and runs over the secure shell SSH protocol. It encrypts both the control and data channels, providing a secure file transfer environment. SFTP is not to be confused with FTPS as they are distinct protocols. Alright hackers, that's a wrap for today's session. If you found value in this video, leave a like, share it with your fellow hackers and comment below your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that will propel your hacking journey to new heights. Thank you for joining me today on HackProKP. I'm Kailash Parshad and until next time, happy hacking!